Hey everyone, welcome back to Brown Coat Nerd. Today I just kind of wanted to do a video about changing out the grip module on the Beretta APX. I got this one here from Beretta. Now I've seen a lot of videos, people complaining about how difficult these are, and watching some of the videos I really don't think it's going to be that difficult. So I'm going to attempt to do this on camera for the first time. I kind of refreshed my memory last night, watched a few videos, so hopefully I don't make a mess of this. Originally, I had ordered one of these that was in the OD green. I kept kind of going back and forth between getting a green one or the flat dark earth one. The green one I just thought looked cool. This is going to be primarily my wife's nightstand gun, so the idea of a lighter color where she can easily see the controls, because I can't really get her to train a lot. Kind of form over cool factor, I decided to go ahead and go with the flat dark earth. Now originally I did order a green one from Chase Outdoors of Rothschild, Wisconsin. However, they told me that this was a firearm and they refused to send it to me without sending it to an FFL. You can see right there, non-serialized part. I responded back to him saying, hey, this is a non-FFL item. It's not serialized. You know, does it really need to be sent to an FFL? And they're just like, yeah, order canceled. Now, the reason I tried to order it from them, I've never heard of this company before. At the time, I couldn't find any of the OD green ones. They listed as having 2 in stock. Real quick, the Beretta website did restock on the ones with the finger grooves in OD green, so if you do want one of those, go check out the Beretta website. Hopefully they still have them in stock. And then my friend Gavin, who had also ordered 2 of these APXs from AIM that I mentioned in my original review for these, he originally wanted an OD green one, tried to order one again from Chase Outdoors, and he kind of did the same thing, was like, hey, does this really need to be sent to an FFL? And they responded back with, order canceled. So clearly they got someone running in the firearms department over there that does not know what they are doing. So I went ahead and spent, this did cost me I think like an extra $8 overall in ordering it straight from Beretta. Oddly enough, me and Gavin both ultimately decided to go with the flat dark earth. So real quick, empty mag, empty gun. We'll see how much of a fool I make of myself here. Now these do come with all 3 of your inserts again. I'll probably end up changing out that back strap for the black one, so I kind of think that looks cool. Let me toss that right there. So this is what you get. Now it does have, you don't have to switch over your mag release, which is nice because that does come pre-installed. That's really the only thing pre-installed. You do have this guy here, which I believe is just to make sure the frame doesn't warp while it's sitting in a warehouse. There you go. So, another thing people always complain about these is how difficult they are to disassemble for maintenance, and they're not. Make sure your firearm is clear. Now you do have a striker deactivator little button right there that you can push, or just pull the trigger. Push in on this little circle with your thumb. Now I've seen some people push in with like a magazine and they end up pushing it out too far. And then just push down on that lever, and that's all you got to do. Now while we're switching out the frame, that's really all we need to do with the slide. Our next step here is to take this little lever, flip it back up like it normally would be, and then just pull it out. Yep, there we go. Put it off to the side. And then you want to get some punches. I also probably would recommend like some kind of a pick or like a dental pick. I've got some of those, but I meant to bring them home from work. They're in my work toolbox, so we'll try to do this with just a punch. I've seen plenty of people doing this with just the punch. So, see that little wire there? It is going over this pin. This pin has a little groove cut into it that kind of captures that wire. So, sure if we'll need a block for this or not. Try to get up in camera there. I'm going to lift up on that pin. There we go. and then push or lift up on the wire or spring, push through on that pin. You can see that little groove that the spring sits in, and then just pull it out. And then we will need to push down on the little decocker button because that is kind of sticking out, catching the frame. So I think we want to pull up on the front some. Yeah, there we go. Push down on that. This is probably going to be easier if you're not doing it with an iPhone in between you. And there we go. Here is our trigger mechanism. Also, since this is the serialized part Chase Outdoors, this is the firearm, not this. This is your firearm. So that's what we are left with. And we can toss this off to the side. I'm going to grab a rag because that's pretty darn oily. A little too oily. Let me wipe down some of the excess oil here. It's just a bit much. Okay. So, grab our new frame. Now, one thing I've seen mentioned in the videos is to make sure that this little hook guy here just kind of stays up. It doesn't really go any place specific, but you want it up. And then also, this is the wire or the spring that was catching onto that pin. We want to make sure this does not swing forward. So just kind of keep that back. And then push that in there like so. And I feel like we're catching on something. We do have this guy that we'll need to push in. Okay, well, I think we're cooking now. Boom. There we go. So next, we're going to grab that pin, making sure that the little notch is going to be on the left side of the firearm here. If you get what that is, just make an L with your hand. That's the left side. So, probably should come in from the side it came out of. I'm trying to remember to keep all this in frame. Lift up on the spring. Not sure how much tension that spring's putting on there. We'll lift up on it again. Did I grab my mallet? Yeah, here we go. Give it a couple of love taps. Oh, that's another thing too. I did see one video where they mentioned, so this guy here, I don't have my stream light out here. Sorry guys. This little guy here, it's kind of like a V shape. The bottom portion of that V can get in the way of your pin. So make sure that's down enough. You can kind of see the top portion of the V here. This is horrible camera work. And then the pin will go in. There we go. And it does look like our little wire has gotten back into that groove that it needs to go to. Next step, grab our slide, or not our slide catch, our disassemble doohickey. Push that in. Once again, just kind of push out a little bit on this guy, swing it back down. Here's the moment of truth. This wasn't too bad. Oh, there we go. And it works. So, yeah, that's not hard at all, guys. I don't know why a lot of these reviews, not all of them, but I feel like the vast majority are making it sound like these things are way more difficult to change out, empty mag, than they really are. So there we go. That is how easy it is. Let me get some of the oil off of there so she looks nice and pretty for the camera. There we go. Let me get a little kind of side by side so I can do like a screenshot of this for the thumbnail of the video. I meant to do that to begin with. Oh well. But yeah, there we go. If you're curious what the 21 round mag looks like, which I haven't tested. A lot of the reviews on this 21 round mag too mention how it does not lock open. This one locks open. I have not shot it yet, so hopefully it will lock open on the last mag. I don't know if the first ones of these were just kind of crappy and Brett had changed the springs out in them or what. Do not know. But that one seems like it will work. So there you go, guys. Not lying, this was my first attempt at it. And I had not really the best setup here. I had the phone in my face. These are very easy to change out. Another thing I've seen complained about is this back strap. How difficult that is to change out. Now, honestly, this is my first gun that has an interchangeable back strap, so I don't have much to compare it to. Once again, it's not difficult. I think it was the Mr. Gunslinger video. I couldn't really see. Oh, the mag's in there. Oh, something goofy happened. Let's try that again. There we go. It's because that mag was in there originally. Mentioned that you look for the Tetra piece. I couldn't really see what he was talking about, but then once I got this gun, I was looking in there. I'm like, oh, that's a Tetra piece. So a little bit easier to see with the flat dark earth housing. Of course, you can't see here, but you're going to look kind of for like an L. And you're going to push to the right of the firearm and down. I get it. Sorry, my light here sucks. You got this little tab down here. That one's pretty stiff. The one in the black gun was a little bit easier, but pull that out. So that's the Tetris piece that I'm talking about. It's going to be kind of sticking up like that. And you just take your punch and you push over and then down. But then your back strap will come off. I did not take off the medium back strap I wanted to on this guy yet, so got to do it again. Sorry. See, that one's much easier to do. Might be because I've done it a few times. And put on the medium back strap. That's the one that the missus likes. Take this guy, put it in, so you're going to have this little tab pointing to the back of the gun, and push it in. My hands are dirty and I'm smearing dirt all over this FDE frame. Let me clean that up, or at least try to. So, I just totally pinched my finger on that one. There we go. I like that. That looks good. And of course I know you guys are going, well, what does the tan one look like on the black frame? Let's find out. So, yeah, that's what that looks like. I have seen the black frame with the green back strap on them, and those look pretty decent. I mean, that doesn't look horrible. But there you go. So, I think it's pretty darn easy. First attempt at changing out the frame on camera, and I didn't make myself look like a complete fool. So, I do have a full review of this gun. This is the Brazilian police contract that AIM Surplus was offering. Few unique features of this gun. I was going to do a first-time shooting impressions. I did send 100 rounds through this a couple days ago. I'm probably not going to do a separate video. Not a whole lot to report there. It worked. I had no malfunctions, and that was shooting the cheap, I think it's like True Shot, Sure Shot. It's the remanufactured stuff that a lot of the shooting ranges sell. So it's not the best ammo, and this ran it just fine. I believe it's 115 grain. Also worth pointing out, this trigger pull was fairly heavy when I first got it. It didn't feel as heavy as it was measuring, which was an average of 8 pounds, 9 ounces. A lot of the reviews I've watched, people say just keep shooting it. It does break in, it does loosen up. After my first range visit, can't talk, I kind of decided I was going to get the green enhanced striker spring that Beretta offers on their website. That's supposed to improve the trigger feel and lighten it up some. So after those 100 rounds and a little bit of dry firing, I did do a average of 5 trigger pulls again right before filming this video, and it has lightened up quite a bit. It is now measuring at 6 pounds 15 ounces, so a little over a pound has been reduced. Like I said, I've only shot 100 rounds through it. I probably will shoot it 1 to 2 more times before I order that enhanced striker spring, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go ahead and do that anyways. So that's it, guys. That's kind of me showing you how simple these frames are to change out, because I know a lot of you have been picking them up from AIM. They've got them for a killer price. A lot of people, like, they're practically giving them away. And really, for a brand new inbox Beretta, they are. These APXs have dropped quite a bit in their price. Even then, I think you're getting a great value. The ones from AIM are a little bit cheaper. We have the classic first-gen style of slide. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think it looks cool. And then a few unique markings and features, like the loaded chamber indicator, that come with the Brazilian contract. And yeah, I do believe that is required in some states. So not necessarily unique to the Brazilian contract. But yeah, some of these markings here are. Anyhow, enough of my rambling. I'm going to end the video. If you guys liked this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as well as checking me out on Instagram and Rumble. And that's all I've got for you. Stay safe, stay shiny.